What trend did you follow as a kid that makes you cringe now?
You guys remember in the early mid-2000s when we all had graphic tees with stick figures that said sarcastic things? Yeah. I was hoping you guys forgot.
I had a shirt that said "You laugh because I'm different. I laugh because you're all the same." The irony here is that I was still trying to fit in with the alternative kids and the shirt was part of the uniform.
I used to wear those black button-down shirts with fire at the bottom. Like the kind Guy Fieri wears. I don't know if it was an actual trend or not, but it still makes me cringe.
You were in Flavor Town and didn't even know it.
Neon fishnet fingerless gloves. Mom told me I'd be embarrassed about in the future. Mom was right.
How can we save our own kids from the embarrassment? No. Wait. Why would we try? We can harness that embarrassment later.
Being mean to the slightly annoying kid just trying to fit in. Skeptical.
Oof. I remember being slightly mean to another kid for that reason. He was also in my Boy Scout troop, where we got along fine because it wasn't school. One day him and his father got in a car crash and he didn't make it. It was the first funeral I ever attended and I cried hard. I talked to his dad years later and he was still a shell of a man. Try not to make life hard for each other is what I learned. It's too short.
It's almost as if Hess annoying cause Hess frustrated that no one wants him. Source. I was that kid.
In my day, we put as much gel in our hair as we could and angled it up like a ski slope. Hair was solid as a rock.
I didn't really understand this at first, so I just put a bunch of gel in my hair but didn't do the ski slope or other styling. It was just a normal rounded haircut that I'm pretty sure would also count as a bicycle helmet.
Those nylon breakdancing pants with all the zippers. Those zippers hurt.
Now where did I leave my keys? Pats myself down.
I honest to God had a mullet and I wore cut-off tank tops.
My little brother is in high school. And this is making a weird comeback. Maybe it's because we live in a semi-rural area. But he and his buddies all look like these weird fucking hillbilly clones. Mullets. Cut-off tanks. Athletic shorts. And boots. They also pine over classic Camaros and El Caminos.
Wearing skirts over jeans frown.
Guy just had to shout that memory out of my head. After I stopped with the jeans, I did the leggings with the denim skirt combo.
Buying and trading silly bands. There was an elementary school black market for little rubber bands.
I was a kingpin when it came to silly bands. I lived right across the street from convenience store.
I bought into the classic 90s trends that immediately come to mind. The butterfly clips. Frosted lips and eyes. Platform shoes. All very Spice Girls. I am having to relive it because my 12-year-old is now into the same things. Except instead of pulling back strands of hair with butterfly clips, she's clipping them haphazardly throughout her entire mane. I cannot wait for the trend to die.
Oh my god. I spent hours practicing butterfly clip styles. So much separating with a fine tooth comb, zigzag parts, and twisting. And getting the little front dangly bits just right. How does the back of my head look? Whatever, it's probably fine.
Fucking perms and sun in that I put in my red hair that made it a crazy orange color. Ugh.
As a male, I did sun in. And then just peroxide on my short dark brown hair. Turned out way better than when I got professional highlights and everyone called me Patches for a semester.
I had a long belt that hung down over my crotch like an elephant trunk. Also wore gym shorts under my jeans for pickup games even though I only ever played 3v3 with my friends on the weekend. Lol.
LOL, I remember that trend with the belt. We had a rule in my middle school that our belts had to be the proper length and I once got in trouble for having a belt hang down.
I remember the movie You Got Served came out. I watched it once and thought it was cool and would say you got served to people. Shit makes me cringe but smile at how much a dork I am.
Not so bad if you were waitstaff at an Applebee's or something.
Bowl cuts.
There was definitely a bowl cut hierarchy going on in my middle school. I remember Mike had liked the Mercedes of bowl cuts. Meanwhile I was sporting the Ford Focus Skeptical.
The emo/scene trend of the early 2000s. I was in high school. I'm black, female, and wearing band t-shirts. Going to tiny, packed concerts. Jumping around in the mosh pit and meeting band members made me feel unique. I even met Brendan Urie when he was a baby-faced 18-year-old on their first big tour with Fall Out Boy and felt really cool talking about it after they blew up. I remember taking emo pictures of myself with my flip phone and putting them on MySpace. I even titled them Emo Pics of Me. Edit 2. I appreciate all the love. You all. I was far from ever being cool. Still am not remotely cool. But definitely grew out of the music and so-called lifestyle. Smile. Edit 3. I have never had so many replies. I am in the middle of a big move but I promise you, fellow emo kids, I'll read them all.
I even titled them Emo Pics of Me. Noise.
I know we're all adults now. But I am still so jealous that you met Brendan Urie. I still listen to Panic and MCR on the daily.
In 8th grade to sophomore year the emo and scene queen phase was huge. I was that wannabe emo girl who had to shop at Kohl's.
The Avril Lavigne clothing line at Kohl's? Because same. ETA. Y'all, the Abby Dawn store is alive and well.
Late 90s when everything had straps on the side. Shirts. Jeans. Yeah, that and the ball chain necklace.
I had not one, but 2 ball chain necklaces of different diameters and a large ball chain wallet which I was made to throw out prior to entering a Blink-182 concert. Yep.
Nothing said suave like a popped collar on a Ralph Lauren polo shirt.
You mean you only had one collar? All the cool kids I knew wore at least 2 poloed. The coolest wore 3. Usually hot pink, neon green, and electric blue.
For me, JNCOs. I wanted a chain wallet. But my mom would let me have one. I now understand why.
I was only allowed to get the Sears knockoff JNCO jeans, when all of my friends were wearing real ones. So, yeah, it wasn't great. Edit. Another comment just reminded me that what I had was in fact utility brand JNCO knockoffs from Target.
Brightly colored plaid Bermuda shorts. The 2000s were a strange time.
Fun fact. Brightly colored Bermuda shorts are considered appropriate business attire to wear with a shirt and tie. In Bermuda, you weren't following a trend. You were just a few hundred miles northwest of your spiritual homeland.
Early 2000s when wearing 2 belts was a thing for a bit. Neither in the belt loops. Totally non-functional.
What? Like, crossed? Like a gunslinger?
Big Johnson t-shirts. Damn, I was a douche.
Mine was co-ed naked. Billiards. Get felt on the table. Cycling. Don't get caught in the spokes. My brother was no fear. Second place is a first loser. I've never lost. I've just come in a little behind after time ran out. Scarily enough. It's like Nike hired No Fear's old creative team for their current shirts.
Fucking Happy Bunny shirts. It's all about me. Deal with it. I'll be nicer when you're smarter. Especially annoying since I was the most shy and passive person in my school probably.
I had one of those calendars and took it to school every day and set it on my desk during my school years. The thing is I had 6 different classes so I would unpack it and pack it back in.
The Ed Hardy t-shirts.
I used Bath and Body Works roll-on glitter religiously, cucumber melon obviously. But I used so much of it that instead of having a little sparkle under my eyes, my skin was tinted green and caked with glitter.
About once every 3 to 4 years I smell cucumber melon from B&BW and have a flashback to the late 90s and my high school girlfriends. So much cucumber melon motion.
The Naruto bandana.
I found mine at my parents' house recently.
I mean, really looking at it now, crotch chopping and telling people to suck it was really my generation's version of the dab.
D-Generation X.
Being the only kid in my class to take care of a Tamagotchi.
I was the mom who had to take their kid's Tamagotchi to work with her because their daughter was afraid it might die. _
Tight rolling jeans. Slap bracelets. Hypercolor shirts.
Slap bracelets. I remember these in the early 90s. There was a trend at my school where kids would take the cloth exterior off and slap each other with the bare metal part. Some tried to sharpen the metal edges. They were banned soon thereafter.
Wearing 2 to 3 at the same time.
Long emo bangs.
Thinking that hating popular things made me cool.
Osiris shoes. SMH.
When I was like 13 I wore jean shorts, a black band t-shirt, torn up suit jacket, an old knotted mustardy yellow tie and Chuck Taylors. One day a girl I liked said that I must be a huge Avril Lavigne fan and I almost died from embarrassment.
Wearing durags underneath fitted hats in mid-2000s. I'm white.
The thing where you would keep one sleeve long and the other one rolled up.
Studded belts. Studded belts everywhere.
Crackle nail polish.
JNCO jeans. Bleached spiky hair. And a puka shell necklace.
Baggy clothes. Buying everything L size when I should have been wearing S.
Not really a trend. But when I was 16 or so, I kept a condom in my wallet. Just in case. That damn condom was in there for so long. It eventually wore a faded circle into the pocket of my jeans. I cringe now. Wondering what people must have thought of me. Walking around so oblivious.